Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a review slash swatch slash tutorial video on the brand new Anastasia Riviera palette. This one has been super anticipated by lots of people, especially because of the fact that it is so different than every other Anastasia palette due to the fact that it is so colorful, which is honestly one of the reasons why I was so intrigued by this palette. This is my first time trying an Anastasia palette. I know I'm like super late to the party, but you know, better late than never. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing some swatches. I'm going to be giving you information about the palette and doing a tutorial as well. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Alright, so this is the Riviera palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This does retail for $45, which is average for their palettes. I think they've been upping the price of them recently by like $3. I know some of them are 42, some of them are 45. Also limited edition as well. A disclaimer about this palette is that some of the shades in here aren't regular eyeshadows. Two of them are actually pressed pigments, and what that means is they are more likely to stain your eyes because they are formulated differently. And it says on the back that the three shades that are pressed pigments are Bahamas, Canes, and Palm, which is going to be the bright pink one, the purple one, and the more dark brown one. So let's go ahead and open her up. And then this is what she looks like. You have the typical Anastasia Beverly Hills packaging, except this one is not the felt material. It's more of like a... feels more kind of like a fabric, like just a regular like cotton fabric, but it is super pretty. And then you open it up and look at how pretty she is. It does come with your standard Anastasia Beverly Hills packaging. This one does have the mirror along with the dual-ended brush and the regular layout of their eyeshadow palettes. Now this one does come with 6 shimmer shades and 8 mattes, so you do have a good variety of different formulas in this palette. And I would say the main shadows that really drew me into this palette was this bright hot pink one, this purple one, and this bright teal one, because I'm a person who likes to play with color, but I also do like my more muted neutral tones as well. So I feel like if you're someone who is trying to like dip your toe into color, or if you like both neutral and colored looks, then this is a really good palette for you. So here are the swatches. One thing that I do want to preface saying about this palette is that the more matte shades are coming off a little more dulled on camera, especially the more vibrant shades like the hot pink and the purple. They are super vibrant in person, and the camera is not really picking up on that, so I do want to preface that. However, with the shimmer shades, I do think you really are getting the full effect because these puppies are super shimmery and absolutely beautiful. I do think all of the colors swatched pretty nicely, which, as we all know, swatches don't always reflect how something appears on the eye. But it is a good sign when something does swatch well, so we're just going to go ahead and say that this review is starting off with good news. I do really like these shimmer shades and the variety of them. I do also want to commend Anastasia for coming out with something that is a little bit more different, especially with springtime coming up. I think that this is a perfect palette for spring. So that vibrant teal and that hot pink is really calling my name, so I think we're gonna go more on the colorful route on this tutorial of this palette, because I cannot stay away from these colorful shades. They're too pretty. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Alright, so I went ahead and scooched all over here so it fits in more with my setup here, because my setup's kind of wonky right now, so just bear with me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. I am going to be using products that I use every single time I do my eye looks, just to make sure that we're getting the consistency that I get whenever I normally do my eyeshadow. So if there is something a little wonky, I know it's not my products that I typically use. You feel me? You feel me? Okay. So I got my little teacup of products here because this is how we're living right now. So first thing that I'm going to do is prep my eyes. Every time I do eyeshadow looks, I prep with the Lorac eyeshadow primer. I've had mine for a really long time, so the writing has all faded off of it, so I don't know the actual name off the top of my head. I'm so sorry. But it is the, I believe, the only eyeshadow primer that Lorac has, so yeah, that one. And then whenever I do prime my eyes, I do just use my finger. I don't use a brush or anything. So now that that is on, I typically just jump right in, and I am going to also be using my typical brushes that I use, which are all from Morphe. I do want to say most of them do not have a name to them because they came in a set, so they don't have the typical names that Morphe brushes have, but they all are gold. So if you are interested in one of them, they're the gold ones. Minus one of them, but I know that makes things a lot more difficult. Anyways, so first I think I'm going to take shade Monte Carlo, which is this more fainted pinky color. Dust off that excess, girl. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take that into my crease. One thing I do want to say off the bat is that these shadows are a little powdery. Is this going to be a subculture 2.0 moment? Let's hope not, dear God. They are powdery, but powdery doesn't really bother me all that much unless if it's like legit, I'm like coughing up a lung over here because there's so much powder type thing. But we're not getting that, so yeah, I think it's fine. But if you are someone who doesn't really like powdery shadows, I don't know. But it might just be this one shade, so let's just keep on going. But the pigment is there. The pigment's there. It's just super powdery pigment. You feel me? Ooh, girl. Okay, so next I think I'm going to go in with shade Bahamas, which is a super vibrant pink color. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put that on top of Monte Carlo to kind of blend it out more. Bahamas is a lot less powdery, so that's good. I feel like it may have just been that one shade. And then we're just blending that all on top of Monte Carlo to kind of morph those two together and give us more of a blended out crease. Okay, I'm not too mad at it. She's cute. All right, and then that purple color was also really calling my name. So taking this small outer crease brush, I am going to take that purple shade and then blend that into my outer corner. And we're just kind of patting that in. And this one also doesn't have a lot of fallout either, so I feel like Monte Carlo is just not getting with the program here. Alright, and now to blend out that purple, I'm going to take my other more dense blending brush and just blend that in with the two pink shades we put in the crease. They're blending really nicely. Yeah, no, they actually blend really well. I'm not too mad at the blending. Also, why do I sound like a groggy old man? Tragic. Yep. So far I'm saying this is working out actually pretty well. Minus Monte Carlo. I don't know what's happening with her. But Bahamas and Canes are really pretty and they do blend out really, really well. So we're 2 out of 3, I'd say. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a cut crease or not, or if that's too extra. No, we won't do it. We're not trying to be that extra today. So next I am going to be taking my Morphe M124 brush and I'm going to be going into shade Seaside and I'm going to be putting that all over my lid. Or I guess we could say my lack of lid because, you know, hooded eye problems. These metallics did not come to play today. Seaside did not come to mess around, y'all. Yeah, she's cute. Okay. Okay, Anastasia. Not that I expected anything less from you because, you know, all your other products are bomb, but like, okay. I'm not mad at it at all. And you don't need a lot with the glittery shades, glittery metallic shades. They just kind of, you need a little bit and then like they just kind of work for you, which is really nice. Because I know some metallic shades you have to like layer it 50 times to get it to the opacity that you want, but not with these. These it's just like one swipe and you're good to go, which can't complain. So now I think I am going to take Seashells and put that in my inner corner. A little pop of color in the inner corner. I may have gone too much with the pop color in the inner corner, but you know what, it's fine. All right, and then we cannot forget about the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go in with Bahamas again and then just kind of wipe that on my lower lash line using this tiny like pencil-y looking brush. One thing that I do want to note is there is a little bit of fallout under my eyes. I don't really mind fallout unless if it's like an abundance of fallout. There's not too much though, it's just a tiny bit. So if you take a powder brush and wipe it away, you should be fine. But I just wanted to make note of that. So next up, I'm going to take my Kat Von D tattoo liner and add a little bit of that to my lash line. I'm not going to do a wing or anything because I feel like that's a bit much, but I'm just going to take a little bit on my upper lash line. So I went ahead and I curled my lashes off camera, but now I'm going to be taking my L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara and just add a thin layer because I will be putting lashes on. So now that that has dried, I'm going to go and apply lashes off camera and then I will be right back. Alright guys, so here is the final look. I think it turned out super pretty and super cute. So I guess I can go into my final thoughts on this palette. I do think that it is very pretty and very versatile and it's pretty much good for anyone. Even if you are someone who is a little scared of color, I think that this is still the perfect palette for you because it's not something that's completely made of color, so you do have lots of options if you do want to kind of dip your toe into doing more colorful looks like this one. But I do think that it is a super pretty palette and definitely worth the price, especially because you are getting such a versatile mix of colors. I do think it does cater to a lot of people, and I do like that Anastasia is venturing out of the more neutral range and giving us things that are more kind of out of the box and more colorful, because it's definitely something that caught my eye, as I know it did with lots of other people as well. But this was my review of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment on what you would like to see me do next. And make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out if you want to see more videos like this, because if you like makeup, then why not? So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.